Well, hi. Oh. Doesn't seem that... I don't know if that necessarily went as planned. I was hoping to be able to, like, refresh my camera real quick in the middle of the transition, but it didn't work out that way. It didn't work out that way. Anyways, welcome back to Alan Wake's American Nightmare. How the hell do I recap this game? Okay. So. It has to be long. There's no way to quickly recap this game. This is the fourth game in a long-running series of games connected to the Remedyverse. So it starts with the Max... Why did I write so big? It starts with the Max Payne games, right? Hang on, wait. Hang on, wait. It starts with the Max Payne games. There's two of them. Max Payne 1 and 2. It turns out that in this universe, allegedly, these games are instead the Alex Casey novels. These are books written by Alan Wake. We learn this in the video game. Hang on, I'll just go. We learn this in the video game Alan Wake. Also, I tried to make my Twitch title Anal Week, and it wouldn't let me. I need you to know that Twitch doesn't let you type the word anal. I really tried to make my title Anal Week. I couldn't fit... Even, like, alternate fonts, I couldn't find a way to make my title Anal Week. It would not let me. Anyways... So, in Alan Wake 1, we are playing as the titular Alan Wake. He is on a vacation with his wife, going to a small town that is kind of a spoof of Twin Peaks called Bright Falls. In that town, he's staying inside of a cabin that is in the middle of a lake called Bird Lake Cabin because it kind of looks like a bird lake. In this cabin, very shortly after they arrive, the power goes out and his wife, who is afraid of the dark, panics. And Alan watches as she is... Or rather, as he's rushing up the stairs... Sorry, it's called Cauldron Lake Bird Lake Cabin. Okay, anyways. As he's going up the stairs to console her, I don't know, there's a loud crash. And she has fallen off the balcony into the water. But when Alan looked down into the water, rather than just seeing his wife swimming or drowning or whatever, he instead seen a visage of an old woman pulling her down. Then, all of a sudden, Alan is in a car wreck. And his wife has been taken hostage by an unknown man. So, turns out that Alan was forced by this dark entity inside of the lake to write a story. And Alan decided to write a story about himself in order to stall the entity and give himself a method to fight back. Because the entity gains power through creation. So, by creating a story that actively gave him the ability to fight back, he in turn, in reality, gained the ability to fight back. However, at the end of the story, he is still inside of this dark place, right? He's still inside of this cabin within the lake, right? So at the end of Alan Wake, after a very long journey of saving his wife, which he does successfully do, and making his way through in order to fight this dark entity, which he does do and seemingly defeats, he is still locked inside of a cabin within the dark place, unable to escape. He sits down at the typewriter and decides to write another story, one that would assumedly result in his escape. We don't know what that story is, but given the fact that this game is a sequel, kind of, it's a spin-off, and given the fact that this story is about Alan Wake going missing and Mr. Scratch, his alternate reality self, comes to life and starts doing all this chaos, and it's an episode of a Twilight Zone spoof called Night Springs, I think Alan is currently writing a Night Springs episode, and we are playing that episode. I think that's what's happening. And it's maybe in an effort for him to escape. I don't know how canon all of this is going to be to Alan Wake 2. I don't know how it ties into the Control DLC. I don't know. Not an idea at all. But that's what is seemingly happening. So now in Alan Wake's American Nightmare, that's all the previous games, right? Now, in Alan Wake's American Nightmare, we are again inside of a Night Springs episode where Mr. Scratch, an alternate reality version of Alan, has come alive, and he is trying to murder. He's basically a serial killer. He's a crazy serial killer who's kind of suave but also kind of greasy, and he's insane. And we are currently trying to stop him and maybe recombine with him so that we can be complete again. I don't fucking know. I don't fucking know. It's a weird story that has twisted on top of itself with weird timey-wimey nonsense, and it's kind of hard to follow, but I'm trying my best. And it's a lot more action-focused than the previous game as well. So it's internet? Huh?
The last time the man came to the drive-in,
What?
it did not end well. He hopes to avoid that fate this time. He hopes that what he has brought with him to this place is enough.
The drive-in theater. You said it gains power through creativity, so it's the internet.
Serena's probably out of her mind again, but I'm gonna need that key so I can get the power back on.
Very optimistic way to view the internet, one that I don't share, unfortunately.
You again?
I'm really just here to get the keys so I can get the power back on.
Do you want to hold me down? It's okay. I know you like that.
Yeah, I'll just grab the keys.
I could be like your wife, little wifey, waiting at home for hubby. Or you could
Bit forward, huh?
Man, or the neighbor.
Oh, you're suggesting role play.
Married to someone who isn't crazy, thanks. I'm just gonna go and get the power back on.
Aww.
Look, I may or may not be back. I have the access code to the booth already, so once the power is on...
You should totally come see me. We could have fun. You know.
We'll see how it goes. You should sit down or something. Try to stay calm.
I don't want to be calm. I want to be nasty. I want to be nasty with you.
Yeah, okay.
You could do anything you want. You can use my...
Let's not even go there. I was hoping that you'd remember more.
She was gonna suggest some anal week. More like some weak anal. Am I right, gamers? Up top. I forgot the key. And I got stuck on the door.
I was about to do the weather, but I see we have a caller. Hey, you're on the air with Eddie. What's up?
Hey, Eddie, it's Ricky. You talked about fate before. You think about that a lot?
Not a lot, to be honest, but I take it you do.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Any conclusions you'd care to share, Ricky?
Well, we've got free will, right? That's in the Bible and everything.
Yeah, right, sure.
So free will, right? Am I right? I mean, if we can do what we want, how can there be fate? I mean, you don't know what's gonna happen next, so there's no fate. There's just people doing stuff.
Well, I don't know, Ricky. I don't suppose you have considered the possibility that we're all here in the service of a greater purpose, incomprehensible to us,
And that what we take to be freedom is nothing more than the move of a pawn on some cosmic chessboard, limited in scope, subject to the whims of unseen players,
existing only for their entertainment.
or perhaps we're just a twisted
Reflection
of actual events that can happen elsewhere. Could it be that such is life in Night Springs?
Dude, what?
Food for thought, Ricky. Food for thought.
That was sick as fuck! That was sick as hell! That was so cool! Man! Fucking Remedy Entertainment, I tell you what. God damn. God damn. These fucking guys know how to write a goddamn story. I tell you what. They know how to make me go, whoa. How are they going to explain that to their insurance? You know, like... Yeah, I don't know what happened. There was just like a fucking darkness explosion from the ground and it threw my car across a parking lot. I don't know. Hello.
I want to talk about Alice.
You do?
Just look at her. She's really beautiful, isn't she? Your wife. Well, our wife, really. Just my wife soon. Don't worry. I'm not gonna treat her like the others. She's special. If I wanted her dead, she would be. I've been around for a while now. So talented. You haven't seen her new work, of course. Oh, it takes my breath away. Really, she's that good. Did you know that I've got a wedding ring, too? We're that similar. She's seen me a couple times, you know? I've let her catch glimpses. She thinks she's imagining things, of course. She thinks you're dead. It might as well be. I mean, even if you manage to keep surviving, you'll be in my trap forever. So I'll go to her. It'll be an amazing moment. Oh my God, you're alive. I'll be the good, loving husband for as long as I can stand it. She'll love it. And then, one day, somehow, it'll happen. Maybe I'll slip up, she spots something, or maybe she just starts running her mouth. And then I'll do it. It's gonna be sweet. My darling wife.
The framing of the lights making it look like wings. Yeah, I'll take that ammo, actually. So he's not really looking forward to meeting her and being with her again, but rather looking forward to when he snaps?
You're like a little hamster in a wheel. Go ahead and keep running for all the good it'll do you.
So, like, Mr. Scratch, are these TV things, like, pre-recorded? Because, like, you're both in the TV and also right here, right now? Like, am I watching tapes? Yeah, there's so many. Assault rifle. Sure. I broke my ankles from that. It wasn't worth it. Arachnophobia warning. I just seen spider webs. So it is possible that spooters may appear. Why does every video game have spooters?
For Serena Valdivia, burning the midnight oil was more of an exception than a rule. A procrastinator and a perfectionist, she often worked when she wouldn't be disturbed. Tonight was especially important. The film festival would open tomorrow, and there was still so much to sort out. It wasn't that the work hadn't been done. She just didn't feel like she had completely mastered everything yet.
Serena Valdivia. What a name. Did I just see another? Oh, that's outside. Okay. I'll get it on the way back. Chat, at what point does a video game become a horror game? Like, would you call this a horror game because there's, like, scary parts? It's like another example of something that... Would you call a Hat in Time a horror game because it has, like, a spooky level? At what point does, like, a game that is not, like, definitely 100% a horror game, like an Amnesia or something, become horror.
The dark place is utterly hostile to human life. It eats at your mind, wants you to succumb to madness. Your own thoughts can turn against you. Every shadow conceals a threat that attacks at the slightest sign of weakness. You're under endless assault. Every day is a struggle for survival. But I've learned to take care of myself. I focus on Alice, our life together, my need to be with her. That takes me a long way in the dark place. As long as I have my gun and the flashlight.
That was a cute one. I think if the main element is being scary, it's a horror game, but if it's a game with only some scary parts, it's a game with horror elements. Would you call Bloodborne a horror game? Hi.
If you die, you lose. If you quit, you lose. If you make it to the end of the loop, you still lose.
The end.
Sucker.
Suggesting there is an end of the loop. Nice. I'm pretty low on health. I actually should probably stand in this light for a second. You're not wrong, Royal. Would you call it, like, I could argue that, like, I won't, but I could argue that, like, in Skyrim, default Skyrim, not RP Skyrim, a large part of the game, and I could honestly argue majority of the game, is dungeon delving, and inside of those dungeons, there's Drugger, and those Drugger are pretty scary, and they're zombies, and they're scary. Is Skyrim a horror game? Oh, it's the fountain thing. Oh. You can see the observatory from here. That's really cool. See a note.
It's been 2 years since I came here. Being that long without Alice breaks my heart. And I know it broke hers. I know she thinks I'm dead. How could I blame her for that? It would be a crime to pretend that she owes me anything. She took all the stupid, self-indulgent bullshit I brought into her life and still stood by me. Still loved me. It's no betrayal. But I'm a better person now than I used to be. I want to be that person with her.
It depends person to person. For me, I find stumbling across a bear in RDR2 way scarier than anything in Skyrim. I wouldn't call RDR2 a horror game, though. That's fair. No thanks. That didn't get them all? Okay.
The Champion of Light knows that the time itself is about to end. At least for him. He can feel the dead end rushing towards him. But there is time to act. Incomplete or not, he has the weapon.
Yeah, I agree, bro.
But maybe it's enough.
The Antissa.
Natural predator.
Death Rally, their first game? The only game we haven't played. This is the only Remedy game we haven't and won't play. I don't have to, it's right here. I don't have to play, I'm playing it right now. That's really cool. I like that they put it here. So Death Rally is in the Remedyverse. That's insane. Hello, Tom. It was late at night. The summer was almost over. There was a film noir poster visible. A spotlight illuminated the red fire extinguisher. I thought there was a radio in here before. I guess I'm wrong.
Not enough. You're trying to be cute, aren't you? What are you up to? It's a waste of time, buddy. You should just lie down and die. Let me take over. This is the only thing you've got coming to you. From here to eternity. No matter how many times you come back.
Time folds back on itself. Again, his senses scream as the very impossibility of what is happening assaults them. But the Champion of Light endures. Each time he gets a little closer, each time another detail falls into place. Now, the trap works against the Herald of Darkness.
In Bright Falls, I was constantly under attack by birds that were more shadow than flesh and feathers. But this is an evolution. Some of the Taken were actually capable of turning into a flock of birds to escape my attacks and turning back into human form to make surprise attacks.
Okay, well, that one was just like game mechanic, but all right. I unpaused and paused so fast that the repetition thing's going on. Death Rally is free on Steam. I think you have to play it now. I can't install it because I don't have internet on my gaming computer. So even if I wanted to, I can't. No head?
Holy shit. What are you, the King Hillbilly?
Oh, never mind. He has head. It was just down. That's King Hillbilly.
Thor and Odin Anderson, old gods of Asgard. I still don't quite know what to make of them. I know they used to be rock stars who modeled their stage personas after Norse gods. I know they're old. I know that in their day they fought the darkness as I do. I know they're demented and insane, ravaged by age and self-abuse. But there's something in them, something powerful that took hold when they were touched by the powers beyond. A thing that goes far beyond just stage names. Something godlike.
I love the old gods of Asgard. I love them. I should listen to more Poets of the Fall. I've listened to like some of their music here or there. Poets of the Fall is the real band that plays the music of Old Gods of Asgard. I've listened to some of their music here or there. I should like dedicate and fully listen to all their stuff. Forgot I had the nail gun.
Right on cue, bubbling to the surface from untold depths, the horrors come. The emerging monsters do not expect the warm reception that has already been prepared for them.
You think the real band chose their in-game band name? Maybe. I know that they were in... They were in... I don't need to do all the stuff this time? I know you are, Raw. I think it would have been really cool to like walk up to that machine and then boot up Death Rally and play Death Rally. I think that would have been a really cool moment. One that I can't do. They were like, you've watched this twice already. You don't need to watch it. We'll make it quick.
Next stop, saving Emma.
I know Poets of the Fall was in Max Payne, but I don't, like, their music was, but I don't think they were called Old Gods of Asgard in that game. I think in that game they were Poets of the Fall.
Getting the Andersons into the recording studio was a struggle and a half. But once they actually picked up the instruments, something happened. They were two old men, and they weren't. They were doddering bags of bone, and they were barely contained power. And there was music.
Oh my God.
Barry rubbed his hands together. He knew how to pick a winner. Now all they needed was some direction on how to make things a little more modern. Barry had never produced a thing in his life, but he knew what he liked. He knew Balance Slays the Demon was going to be a hit.
I can't remember what they're called in the context of Control. Is Old Gods of Asgard going to be an SCP? Are they gonna make the Old Gods of Asgard an SCP? I think it was like AEW or well, that's the wrestling. I think it was like AEW or something. ADM? I don't remember. Is this still a submachine gun? Yeah.
Is it bad that this time I just went, oh, he's gonna be right along to save my ass?
Not as long as I show up, I guess.
old gods of Asgard are all elite.
Yeah.
I mean-
Thanks for saving me again. I'd hate to die before
down,
I'm
up, down.
scheduled to be murdered.
I guess I have you to thank for setting everything up at the oil derrick.
Yeah, well, I figured that if we were going to go over this again, we might as well try to be smart about it, huh?
I appreciate it. You took a big chance doing that. Are you okay?
What do you think? I've died twice. I remember everything pretty clearly now. You said I was gonna be okay.
I don't know what happened.
It's not your fault. I think one of those...
Kinda is.
What did you call them? The Takers? I think they did something to the power and they got...
The Undertakers?
Sorry.
But I got the keys from the dead guy in that room. And I'm not handing them over until you do something about this. I'm sick of getting killed.
Fair enough. You seem calmer now.
I tried freaking out. It didn't do much good for me. I guess you get used to the craziest stuff.
Good for you.
Plus, I figured I'd take the edge off, you know?
Mm-hmm. Those herbal supplements are pretty good, huh?
Oh, yeah.
I wanted to try to explain things to you now since you're calmer, but maybe this isn't the best time after all.
Oh, shit, yeah. Better not get all metaphysical on me now. Seriously, I'm like 2 sentences away from thinking how we could all be like atoms on God's skin or something.
Or figments of somebody's imagination?
Wow. I'm just gonna try to chill out and not think about that or getting murdered or anything, if you're cool with that.
Gotcha.
Gotcha. Already have one. See, radio, I have to go listen to radio. I have priorities.
Well, art lovers, are you feeling neglected? You shouldn't. You know, I've got love for you, which is why I actually hauled myself out of
That
bed
was Ho.
just so I could record an interview for your pleasure. Enjoy. Now, as I'm sure you all know, the annual Night Springs Visual Art Show is coming around again, and that's a big deal for all of us that are in the culture business. If you can call it a business. That's a little controversial, I know.
Oh, that's okay. Money makes the world go around, no doubt about it.
And that's one of my guests here at the studio, Serena Valdivia. She's a curator at the Night Springs Gallery of Visual Arts, and she's in charge of the NSVA Film Festival, held this year at the old Night Springs Drive-In Theater.
Hello, Eddie. It's great to be here. And let me just say that it's a wonderful venue.
Absolutely. And with her is one of the filmmakers, somebody who's actually primarily known as a renowned photographer, Alice Wake.
Hello.
Now, Alice, I've seen a lot of your work over the years. It's very impressive. My wife's a big fan, actually.
Oh, thank you.
You've gained quite a bit of fame as a photographer, but that's not why you're here, right? You actually have a film. That's a little surprising.
For me, too. I really wouldn't be here at all if it weren't for Serena.
You two are friends, I take it?
Yeah, we move in the same circles. So, about a year ago, I heard about all this footage she'd shot, and I got to see some of it, and then I started pestering her about actually putting it out there, because it was really good. I didn't really want to show it. It felt too personal.
Well, yes, I can understand that. It features your husband, and he's, well...
He's dead.
I thought he was missing.
It's been 2 years. This sounds awful, but yes, I believe he's dead. Otherwise he would have, well, you know.
Yeah, I understand. Well, hold that thought, and we'll be right back.
Don't hold that thought. That's an incredibly sad thought to hold. Unpin that. We're not going back to it. We're moving on to the interview because that's not what this is about. This is about this movie that you're working on.
I have seen the darkness twist flesh into new shapes before, but encountering these giants is an extremely disturbing experience. It's as if the genre has been switched on me. There's something out of Pulp Fiction. Twice as tall as normal men and stronger than forklifts, their lumbering gait and slow-witted demeanor brings to mind some kind of mean-spirited caricature of a feeble-minded hillbilly.
You wrote it. You're the one writing it. Hua! 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 There's another note over here. I'm not trying to get all the notes, but I'm going to get them all when I see them, you know? Like, I'm not looking around, but I'll get them.
I've been thinking about Barry. I don't know what to do about him yet. I mean, I'm not going to keep him around, that's for sure. Al? Ugh, little parasite. Your best friend. Really? That's the best you can do. I actually kind of like the guy. He's a plucky little butterball. He plays the clown. That's a hard road to take. But I don't need him sticking his fat face in my business. Did you know he's been hanging out with the sheriff from that shitty little town?
Oh, yeah.
They keep in touch. Barry's about the only guy who insists that you're not dead. How about that? I might keep him alive for a while. Just to see him go to pieces when I fire his ass. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Emma wasn't sure exactly when the man arrived at the motel, but from what she could tell, the party started almost immediately. It was infectious, spreading from one room to another. He was mercurial, almost as if he was flickering through the scene, telling a joke here, throwing an insult there, oozing sex and violence and excitement. She had never seen someone like this before. He looked at her and smiled, and she felt her heart flutter a little. She knew he was the kind of man mothers warn their daughters about, but she told herself it didn't matter.
Oozed sex. I mean, usually, but like, huh? Alan is his own self-insert to all of his stories. Well, hang on, not all of them, okay? Alex Casey isn't Alan, but the two following stories were and have been. He is writing a self-insert story, and seems to only really know how to do that since he burned out from writing Alex Casey novels. Maybe in Alan Wake 2, he'll write something not about himself.
Hey, I really don't think they can get to the power now.
Thank you. That's a relief. Here's the keys that you needed.
Thank you.
Hey, I have to tell you, at the diner, I went there with him. The guy who looks like you, okay? I know I said that I didn't.
Yeah, I figured. Want to talk about what happened at the diner?
There was this guy from the observatory, and he just attacked the poor dude, smashed his face into the tabletop a bunch of times. It was horrible. I didn't know that he was gonna do that. I swear. And I just ran. I just left him there. I didn't even try to help.
There was nothing you could have done. It's not your fault.
Well, he's dead in that motel room now, so excuse me if I feel pretty shitty about it anyway.
You shouldn't blame yourself.
I just didn't want to get involved. I have this tendency to just drop everything and run. I don't think I'm a bad person, but I didn't even call the cops. I'm such a coward.
If you'd called the cops, we'd have dead cops. He's not human. Do you understand? It's not your fault.
But I could have tried to stop him.
Believe me, if you had, you'd be dead. You seem to be doing a little better now.
Yeah, I guess it just got easier once I got this thing off my chest. I just feel so guilty about it, especially because I didn't pick up on any of the warning signs. I just really liked hanging out with him, you know? He was smart and charming and funny and hot. The way you could be, I guess.
I guess.
What's the deal with this guy anyway? He looks like you, he uses your name. Why does he do this stuff?
I'm not sure myself. Maybe he's just evil or my dark half. He does a lot of the stuff I'm trying really hard to get away from. Things that just messed up my life.
I guess all those murders don't help either.
Yeah, I could do without the murders and the end of the world. Listen, I need to get going.
Yeah, go. I think I'm good now. I hope.
Good luck. If it all goes well, maybe this is the last time we meet like this.
God, wouldn't that be great?
Just keep those lights on, okay?
You know, it seems to me that Mr. Scratch is supposed to personify the shitty part of Alan where he was like really mean to his wife in the first game. Like really mean to his wife, right? But okay, that's the goal because the other one went away. But he's been pretty shitty in this game towards like all of the women in different ways. I think Alan might just be a misogynist. I think Alan is just sexist.
The fate of countless individuals hangs in the balance, threatened by the machinations of the Herald of Darkness. And yet, for a moment, the champion of light breathes a little easier. He has saved one life. For this moment, it is enough. And soon, perhaps, he can put an end to this.
Because, like, his good part is being pretty rude to these these people, right? And then his bad part is killing the people. So if he combined with his bad part,
returning to the
would he just be extra shitty? I don't.
This is the final time the man feels anticipation and dread in equal measure. Soon, he knows he will have what he needs.
Again, you chose to take the fucking Ford sedan instead of your actual car in the first game.
I've already taken care of the imaging array, but you should still look into securing the primary coolant flow. With some luck, you may be able to light the area before these things even show up.
Okay. Nice. Did I go past the way that I was supposed to get in? Am I supposed to get in here? Alright. What just happened to your coat? Your flannel? Get caught in your hand? Who's that? Sure. Oh, thanks for opening that for me, bud. Pardon me, just flashbang!
Very good. I believe we're ready to look into the sky.
This car in the first game was totaled on the side of the road. The SUV looking, the one that looked like that was, but he also had the fucking, like, Cadillac looking car, right? And that one wasn't, right? Right? I don't remember anymore. Oh! Nail gun! By the power of nails! Is that a manuscript? Yeah.
This act of creation is exhilarating and frightening. Subtext and symbols loom eager to take effect. Causality and consequence become domino chains that stretch into infinity. The more fundamental the change, the more unpredictable the variables become. Reality is too complex to control completely. Ordinary questions become meaningless. Who created who? What is really real? Everything is as real as everything else. You learn to let go of the things you can't control and go with the flow, or go insane.
You drove a Chrysler in the first game, crashed it, which started the events of the game where you start playing and trying to piece things together. Barry finds an H3 Hummer at one point. Yeah, but he was driving a, like... I'll point it out when we find... Hi, cats, how are you? I'll point it out when we see the car again, because it is in this game. But at the beginning, when they were on the boat thing, the ferry, there was two cars. One was the SUV, which I interpreted as being Alice's, that he then drove and crashed in the Dreamscape thing, in the Dark Place thing. And then he also had the, like, two-door car. Flashbang! Oh, they did a little hop. Oh. Well, in the beginning, there was two cars on the ferry.
Come on in.
This is what you look like. Does that bother you? I bet it does. I'm not just wearing your face, you know. It goes a lot deeper than that. There's a lot of you and me. All the best parts. At first, I was just an idea. But they kept telling all those stories about you. You already had that rep. And then you disappeared mysteriously. And then, the stories about bad, crazy Alan Wake came true. And here I am. That's the best part, isn't it? When that happens, you can always count on Cauldron Lake. I'm just as real as you are. And I'm the improved version. No fears, no doubt, no weaknesses, no self-deception here. I don't let anything drag me down. I know you like I know myself. I know it bothers you that I'm like this, that I use your name, crawl my way into your life. But I only do it because I'm better at being you than you ever were.
Hi. Oh.
We need to protect the telescope. We can't complete the signal.
This is happening early. They shoot that? No. Oh. I chose not to dodge and it was the wrong choice. Oh no! I have to listen to this song more. Ugh. Ooh. Did I miss somebody? Timed the end of the fight with the end of the song? Cool!
There, I have it. But I wish these things would stop blatantly violating the laws of physics in my observatory. That's just rude. Are you all right?
I'll live.
I'm glad. I'll send the lift down to you. I remember our previous encounters very clearly now. But technically, if this really is a loop in time, we've never met before. I don't know why our awareness persists, but it's bloody fascinating.
Hopefully it picks up, Melon. Becomes great once more. That's a Lego piece. You know which one.
Doctor?
You know, I know physicists who would give 15 years of their lives for a chance to experience something like this.
I'd imagine that being stalked by horrible axe murderers would curb their enthusiasm a little.
Clearly you've never met hardcore physicists.
I'm glad you're in such good spirits, but...
The signal! Yes, it's completed.
Finally. If all goes well, this should be the last time we go through the loop.
You know, I just realized that I don't have any memory of what happens after you leave. What does that mean?
I don't think it means anything. If everything goes well, you just keep going. I don't show up here like this again, no more bad guys. Things go back to normal.
Let's hope you're right. I'd love the opportunity to look into this in more detail.
Looks like you've accepted the situation.
I'm a pragmatist. If this is a delusion, at least my first psychotic episode is anything but boring. Really, Mr. Wake, at the end of the day, I'm a scientist. I love mysteries. I love not knowing. Whatever else this might be, it's absolutely fascinating. I wonder how far this reaches. Is everybody in the world experiencing this?
Who knows? I think reality's probably pretty fragile right now.
What would Drew's Mr. Scratch be like? Probably wears t-shirts. I think my Mr. Scratch... how do you know I'm not Drew's Mr. Scratch? How do you know I'm not the Mr. Scratch of this Drew?
Doctor, I can see you're very enthusiastic about this. I'd appreciate a bit of discretion.
Are you suggesting that we should suppress this?
No. You can do what you like, but I want you to leave me out of it.
But surely, with the things you know, the things you've experienced, you can replicate any of these results. We could...
Let me be blunt. If you drag me into this, I'll deny everything. I'll lie like my life depended on it. And writers are damn good liars. Word of advice. This is things man was not meant to know territory. You get into this, chances are you'll open up a door into a world of hurt. Believe me, I know.
I see.
A world of hurt being the FBC coming down on you.
In a strange way, he feels at ease. He is armed with his own words, and when the time comes, they will be enough or they will not. For now, he's content to let the currents take him toward the final confrontation.
It's that car right there.
Once more, we return to the drive-in. If he's aware of the absurdity of arming oneself with a few sentences and standing against a power that can pierce time itself, he doesn't.
Oh, I parked in a different place.
The man has his share of weaknesses, perhaps more, but cowardice is not among them.
I parked in a different place that is nowhere near the car that I wanted to show you.
Oh, you got yourself a little plan, do you?
Flashbang. Whoop. I like how they're changing it up a little, at least. But I do just be playing the same level 3 times. Good thing I saved up all these flares. I think I'm actually going to take this shotgun. I don't really like the, assault rifle very much. Yeah, this is just a roguelike game, but, like, not. What? Okay. No spiders this time. Wow, that's a lot of guys. Yeesh. Throwing the kitchen sink at me. I don't think these are meant to be letting free sparks. I think they need to get their power station checked. I don't know. I don't think they're supposed to be doing this.
Never getting out of this, Wake. Never.
You're Wake.
Don't worry. I'll take care of your wife and your life.
But do you think he calls himself Mr. Scratch? pretty straightforward needle drop, huh? Pretty 1-to-1, huh? I wonder what that song was trying to symbolize in that moment. Holy shit!
I don't know what you think you're doing, but I'll send you right back to the beginning.
The closest to death I've come in this game without actually dying that one time, is when I got hit with just a truck. Didn't get attacked by an enemy or anything, just got hit with a truck.
What? You think whatever it is you're gonna do is gonna make a difference? This'll end up just like before!
There's nobody coming for me, right? I gotta watch the television.
I've been around for a while now, you know? Well, you've been indisposed, stuck in the darkness. I've been busy. I operate in the shadows, not always literally, you understand? I'm a little more resilient than I to my best. And there's so much darkness out there. It goes deep. And the things that live in it are bad, big bastards. They don't mind getting a little bit of elbow room. All that chaos and madness, it doesn't really do that much down there. It's like pouring a glass of water into the ocean, right? But up here, yeah, you can really make an impact.
The title's got a little delayed.
All they need is someone to bring them all the way through. But first, I had to take care of you. You party pooper.
You party pooper.
You're stuck in an eternal cycle now. The sun's never coming up for you. Everything else? Do my thing. Get a bit of quality time with Alice. That's a little something for me. And I deserve it.
Now you
There's
should
more to fighting the Taken than just burning away the darkness that protects them. When I'm fighting for my life, I find myself slipping into a state of intense concentration that makes the beam of my flashlight seem more powerful and focused. I used to think it was just my imagination, something brought on by the adrenaline and fear of death. But now I'm not so sure. I've been touched by powers that I can't begin to truly comprehend. And they've left a mark. I'm starting to think this might be a part of it.
How rude of them to interrupt my dialogue time. My television time, my TV time. This is the car that I was talking about. This is the one that was on the ferry. I guess it wasn't his car. I interpreted it as they brought two cars because they were planning an extended stay. But I guess that car was the guy that later turned out to be a kidnapper who wasn't a kidnapper and was actually maybe a member of the FBC. I don't know if we ever got a confirmation of anything there. But I guess that was his car? I thought it was just both their cars. One more. gonna say something a second going out. Oh, the live action bits of this game are actually pretty fucking impressive, simply because, and I could be wrong on this, I could be remembering wrong. I'm pretty sure the voice actor and the face model of Alan are two different people. So, for all of these TV segments, I assume it was like a live action actor doing the scenes, and then a voice actor lip matching everything that he says, and then an editor tying them together. I'm pretty sure it's a different voice actor than the face model.
Again, the champion of light enters the final trap. The new reality is almost here. All he needs to do is change the details of the scene, push it past the breaking point, and the rest will snap into place.
All he has to do is play Death Rally, the Remedy video game. Manuscript? Oh. What? Pick up film reel. This is new. Oh, it's Alice's film. Oh, okay. That's new. Oops, I undid it. And then gotta be summertime. It's summertime, hey, 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 hey. It's in the summertime. It's summertime, hey, 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 hey.
Oh, come on, buddy. Why don't you... What? What is this? No! No! You can't do this! All I did was take the things you always wanted and never had the balls to go for. It's my turn now. It's my life. It's my
Alan? Is it really you?
It's really me.
How? I love you.
I love you.
A woman, a man, two lovers, held apart for far too long, enveloped in the light of a glorious dawn. They both feel it. He's home at last. Are these actual events, or merely a dream? A memory, or a glimpse of what is to come? One thing is certain. This scene takes place in another time and another place, far, far away from Night Springs.
Okay. I don't think that's reality.
You know, it feels nice watching the sun come up, and I've realized
Hi, Chunk. Thank you for the raid. We're watching credits right now. So, go piss, girl. Did you win?
No. Al?
Let's handle that first. Whoa. Keep in mind, this game came out at a point where a sequel to Alan Wake almost seemed impossible. This was a lovely crumb, so take that into consideration. I like that you think I'm going to be negative and need to take that into consideration. So, Alan, by the end of this game, is still in the dark place. That hasn't changed. But he's figuring out how to control elements in the outside world, maybe, and was trying to send a signal to Barry through the television through a Night Springs episode that he wrote. But Barry slept through it. I guess that's what happened here? I am very curious about how much of what we just experienced is reality, or even more than that. I'm very curious about how what we just experienced ties into the greater Remedy picture. Like, because I am continuing this series, we're going to play, at the very least, Alan Wake 2. I haven't 100% decided if I'm going to do Control. I don't think I'm going to do Quantum Break. I think we're going to skip Quantum Break, because I'm pretty sure I already have a VOD of Quantum Break, right? Yeah, there's already a VOD of Quantum Break. Granted, it's 5 years old. I don't know if I would necessarily recommend people watch it. It's pre-face cam, but like it exists. I don't necessarily think it's 6 years ago. My bad. I don't necessarily. It's April 30th, 2020. So it's almost exactly 6 years ago. I don't think I necessarily need to play that game when there's already a VOD of it, and I already know that it doesn't really tie into the Remedyverse because it's a Microsoft IP, not a Remedy IP. So I'm pretty sure they might reference it as like an off-the-cuff thing in one of these next games. I'm pretty sure the actor who's in Quantum Break is in Alan Wake 2, I think. But as a different character. Like, it's just the actor. So I wouldn't be surprised if it's referenced at some point, but that doesn't necessarily make it so that we have to play it. I think we can skip that one pretty safely. But I do still plan on playing Max Payne 3 and Alan Wake 2. I haven't decided on Control yet. But I'm very curious about how it all ties in. Very, very curious. But, enough about that. That was Alan Wake's American Nightmare. A much more action-centric and action-focused version of Alan Wake, with a story that is very time-loopy, a storytelling delivery method, which isn't really of my taste. I don't really like the outside of the FMV cutscenes, I don't really like how the dialogue is handled in this game. It feels very stiff and uninteresting. I like the characters in it. They're very much caricatures, but like I do like the characters in it. I still think Alan was a prick, but like I like the characters in it. Like but I don't know. I think that like this game was weird. This is a weird game. It's mirroring Night Springs, which is definitely bad writing. A couple episodes were written by Alan Wake. Yeah. I think it's intentional, but also hard to tell. I think that this game is... I had a good time, but I think this might have been my least favorite Remedy game that I've played. I don't know. Max Payne 2, I didn't really like Max Payne 2 a lot. What did I rate Max Payne 2? Was it a 5? It was a 5. I definitely think this game is good. I wouldn't say that this game was bad in any way. It just very much was very... This game feels very nothing burger. 100% definitely a lower budget installment off the back of the original Alan Wake. Oh, 100%. There's so many reasons of why this game is what it is, right? But it doesn't change that it is what it is, you know? I definitely think that this is in the good territory, because I don't think I liked this more than Max Payne. In reality, in hindsight, if I were to replay Max Payne, which I might when they remake them, I think Max Payne 1 honestly might be higher than I rated it. I don't think Max Payne 1 was a 6 in hindsight. I look back at that game much higher than a 6. But probably not much higher. It's probably like a 7, maybe an 8 max, but still. I think that this game, this game felt very nothing. This game felt very nothing to me. It felt very empty. It felt very... like I liked experiencing some of these characters again, especially Old Gods of Asgard and Barry, and hearing what they've been up to and that kind of thing. I liked that. I liked the context of where people's lives went when Alan went missing, right? I like the context of that, if it is even real, but I like the context of that and getting that. I think that that's really cool, but I think that for me, it's either a 5 or a 4 because it felt so nothing. And what usually decides whether or not it's a 5 or a 4 is if I would recommend this game. Because, like, 5 is a 5 out of 10, or 5 out of 9, rather, is like, that was weird. A 5 out of 9 is like, I enjoyed this game. I wouldn't necessarily recommend it to you, but I wouldn't recommend against it. You know what I mean? That's what a 5 is to me. It's like, if you wanted to play this, I wouldn't say anything against you wanting to play this. I wouldn't be the one that tells you to play it, but I wouldn't say anything against you wanting to play it, you know? That's what a 5 is to me, right? The middle of good, right? A 4 is like, you tell me you want to play this, I'll be like, okay, but there's something that you need to know, you know? It's like, a 4 is a, hey, I want to play this, and I'd be like, I mean, it's not great, but go for it. You know, that's what a 4 is to me, you know? Is a 1, you'd shoot me if I played it? A 1 is, this game was borderline unplayable and haunts me to this day. And everything in here is still that. Haunting Ground might not be that. In hindsight, I gave Haunting Ground a 1 because that game was legitimately torture to play. I've played more old games since then, because that was 2023. In the last 3 years, I've, like, fully gone down, like, a retro fit. In hindsight, Haunting Ground might be a 2 or a 3, but it's still in that bad category. But all of the ones are like, do not play this at all. And Cyberpunk 2077's in there, but that was before it was patched, so. This game is either a 5 or a 4. Would I recommend against this game? Do I view this at the same level as Pro Country? Phantom Hourglass. I don't. I think this is a 4. I think this is the bottom end of good. It's still good. It's still good. Like, I enjoyed this game, right? I had a good time. I don't regret playing it at all. But I don't think I would have missed anything had I skipped it. You know? Yeah, it's not offensive, right? Yeah. I don't think this game was offensive. It's just like, I don't think I would have missed anything had I skipped this, you know? I don't think that I would be better or worse for doing so, you know? Like, it's just like, it would have been like, okay, I didn't do that, you know? Like, and then moved on in my life. So, like, I'm glad that I played it in the context that I now know that, but I don't think I needed to. I think I would have been completely fine skipping this. Did I press a button? Yeah, I did. And I think that if someone was doing what I'm doing, I think I would probably suggest that they play up to now. Like, if someone was playing through the Remedyverse like I'm currently doing and they told me that, I think I would suggest that they do everything that I've done so far. Max Payne 1, Max Payne 2, Alan Wake. And then just DM me when you finish Alan Wake, and I'll tell you what happens in American Nightmare, so that you don't need to spend the 4 hours or the $15 that this game was, right? I'll just tell you what happens. You can move on, right? You don't need this, right? I think that's probably what I would do, because it's just like, it's such a nothing burger game. But you can also see, like, with that being said, you can also see the core elements that would bring Remedy forward, right? Like, they leaned into FMV a lot more in this game, And that is what Quantum Break is. Quantum Break is half of a video game and half of a show. You stop playing the game to go watch an internet video series. Like, you actively stop playing the game to go watch a television show and then get back into the game. Like, Quantum Break is super FMV focused, and then they take that and they dial it back a little bit in Control, and Control has a way bigger FMV focus. So, like, you can see the seed of what Remedy would become. And I've told that is carried in Alan Wake 2 as well, that there is a big FMV focus in that game, but I don't know any details. So, like, you can see the seeds of where Remedy is going to take it going forward for that FMV focus stuff. And you can see how they're taking it with the action focus stuff, because let's not cut the shit, right? Alan Wake's gameplay is bad. Alan Wake is not a good game. Alan Wake is a fucking amazing story, right? Alan Wake is one of the better stories told in gaming. Like, it is a really good story. The gameplay of Alan Wake is not great, right? The gameplay of Alan Wake is rough. So, like, especially as it's aged, at the time, it was okay, right? But it's been, when did Alan Wake release? It's been like 13 years, I think. When did Alan Wake 1 release? 2010. It's been 16 years since then. 16 years later, Alan Wake 1 is fucking rough to get through. But, like, and they, supposedly they improved it in the remaster a little, but I can't play that game because it doesn't work on PC. It has flashing lights everywhere. I digress. Alan Wake 1 was rough to play. In this game, they definitely improved on the gameplay and made it a lot better. They made this game, gameplay-wise, this game was way more enjoyable to play than Alan Wake. And if I was a gameplay gamer, I think it probably would have been more than a 4 out of 9. I think it probably would have been closer to the 6, maybe 7 territory. You know, I think it would have been around there. But I just didn't. I'm not a gameplay-focused guy. I care a lot more about story than I do about gameplay every single time. So that's why Alan Wake is an 8 out of 9 on my list, and this is a 4, because I care about story that much. So anyways, that was Alan Wake's American Nightmare. We will continue this series, be that with, well, I guess the next one would be Max Payne 3, which is a guarantee. Max Payne 3 isn't tied into the Remedy-verse because Max Payne 3 isn't a Remedy game. Max Payne 3 is a Rockstar game because Rockstar owns the IP of Max Payne. But we're going to play it regardless, even though it's separate from all of this, because I've never played it before, and I want to know where, from Rockstar's point of view, does Max Payne's story end. However, Remedy is also remaking... Remedy is also remaking Max Payne 1 and 2 right now. So I imagine that they're probably going to make a Max Payne 3 to finish that story. Don't know. No idea. Regardless, we're going to play Max Payne 3 and see where Rockstar thinks that story ends. And then before then, I'll decide whether or not we're going to do Control. Because Control is a very long video game. Not like insanely, but like if I look up Control how long to beat, I can actually just... I'm not connected to the internet. Control is like a... It would be like a... Well, with the DLC. It'd be like a 40-hour experience, which is not a small amount for streaming. Like, that's maybe a month's worth of streams just spent on Control. So it's a pretty long video game. So I haven't decided yet. We'll see. We'll see. Got plenty of other series to do in the meantime. Next up is probably Legend of Zelda, I think. That's probably the next series game we're going to do. But we'll worry about that when we get there. For those of you watching the VOD, thank you for watching. I love you. Mwah!